What is good, people? Satsuki the Savage here to talk about what I will be watching for the 2020 fall anime season. All right, now let's just talk about the summer season because I already made a video like this last season and I don't know exactly what I said I was going to be watching, but bruh, I kept the list short as a motherfucker. Pretty much I stuck to 2 new anime. Technically I watched 3 because I watched Decadence, I think that's how you say it, but I never continued it after 2 episodes. I didn't really drop it because I didn't make a conscious decision to say I'm never going to watch this again, but I just wasn't interested to continue with it, so I pseudo dropped that. I watched Snafu and I enjoyed that, but I do think this season, last season, I still didn't watch the last episode, but I think it's the weakest out of all seasons of Snafu. And I also watched Fruits Basket that carried on to this season. Fruits Basket is my favorite anime, bar none. I still have to watch Kaguya-sama, so I feel like that will compete with Fruits Basket. But bruh, Fruits Basket has been a legit 9 out of 10 series. It could go 10 out of 10 if I rewatch it, but that series is knocking motherfuckers out like Tyson in his prime, bruh. And then the best anime to me that started in the summer season was none other than Re:Zero, and I pretty much expected that. But this season, just Elsa, having her back, having the stuff with Beatrice, having Echidona, and yes, I pronounce it Echidona for all you fuck ass niggas that always complain about how I pronounce shit. Alright, I don't forget how y'all bitched and complained to this day about the 4th prince, how I pronounce that from Hunter x Hunter. You know, stop bitching. But yeah, Re:Zero has been knocking it out of the park with this season, and this is just the first half, and we still got 1 episode left to go. So Re:Zero has been mighty impressive, but let's see what's coming up this season. All right, so the first anime we have is Donjion ni Dai wo Motomeru no wa Machi Gateru Daro. Nigga, how to pick up girls in the dungeon. We're not doing all that. How to pick up girls in the dungeon, and I haven't even watched the first season in its entirety because I watched the first episode, I believe, and it was purely because of the girl with the boobs. I think her name is Hastia, some shit like that. I watched it purely because of her. I liked her design, but I never completed it. So with this 3rd season being out, that's not getting peeped. Yeah. Next we have Haikyuu, which I expect to be the anime of this season. Like, it's probably going to be the best anime of the season, but I've never watched Haikyuu. I just know how it is received. Everybody loves it. Everybody has it in like their top 5 sports anime. So yeah, I expect Haikyuu to knock it out of the park, but I'm not going to be watching it, so moving on. All right, here's one I've never heard of, and I don't want to pronounce the Japanese name. It is called The Regular at Magic High School. So let me read the synopsis. Shiba Miyuki's classmate Kitayama Shizuku is on her way to study abroad. For magicians, this is normally impossible, since allowing the genes to someone who can use magic outside of their home's country's borders is tantamount to giving up national secrets. But it's allowed to happen in one case exchange programs, and that is how Angela Kudo Shields has arrived in Japan from the USNA to study at First High. Around the time Lena arrived in Japan, magicians began getting attacked by a mysterious being who leaves his victims drained of blood. Will Tatsuya be able to discover the identity of the vampire? Alright, the synopsis didn't really interest me too much. Let me read the genres: action, sci-fi, supernatural, magic, romance, school. Nah, I think I would have to watch the preview of this to see if I'm interested, but more than likely I will probably only watch it if I hear other people talking about it. So if I do end up watching this, it will be later in the season. I'm not going to watch it at the start. People have to basically recommend the series for me to watch it. All right, so yeah. Next we have Jujutsu Kaisen, which I got an interesting story about that now. But before I get into that, well, it's not really that interesting, but I just want to say I do not have anything against Jujutsu Kaisen, all right? Nothing at all. I have not read the series, all right? Because I always see this series on my timeline because a lot of my contemporaries, a lot of my allies, a lot of my friends read this series, okay? But I do not. Now, because a lot of these people that read the series compare this to Hunter x Hunter because I guess of the interesting power system. I don't really know why. Again, I never read the series, but a lot of people who read this series recommend it to me because they know I love Hunter x Hunter. But I've always told them I'm not going to read it just because I have not been interested to read it. It's that simple. But I got pushed to the brink when somebody, and I won't name them, kept recommending me this series over and over and over. I got constant tags on Twitter. I reached my limit, and I made the decision that Jujutsu Kaisen would never be peeped by me at all. All right. So it has nothing to do with the story. It has nothing to do with anything other than I was so annoyed by this one person that I decided I'm never going to read the series or watch it. So that is why I will not read or watch Jujutsu Kaisen. All right. So again, nothing to do with the actual story. Never read it. I hope it does good. I hope y'all fans eating is done by Mappa. Mappa, you kind of fucked up with the guy to high school, but that's neither here nor there. But you did Kakaguri, so hey, you still my boy. And isn't Mappa doing Attack on Titan too? So what the fuck? Mappa sound like he has way too much on his hands, to be honest. But yeah, I hope y'all fans eat. I'm just not going to be sitting at the table with y'all. All right, it's as simple as that. Next up is Higurashi, and I'm actually interested in this. At first, I was kind of on the fence on it. When I seen the designs, I was like, these niggas look ugly. But then thinking back to the original Higurashi, because I guess this is a remake of the entire series. the art and animation, especially the animation, was well. Okay, the art I feel played well with the story because seeing the contrast between these like cute characters to when they get into the real horrifying scenes, seeing the contrast to that was actually good. So the art was solid. The animation, on the other hand, was terrible, and it was done by Studio Dean, I believe. So hopefully, I don't. What is a studio? Passione? What the fuck? Sounds like some perfume or some shit. It sounds soft as hell. This studio sounds, nigga. We need more studios with like raw ass names like Death Beam 3000. Nigga, hit me up with one of those, and I'm gonna be like, oh shit, y'all doing this anime? Oh shit, okay. Anyways, I feel like with this new art style, it has potential to be better than the original series. When I seen the trailer, it really got me more intrigued with it. So I think I will check out Higurashi. As far as me talking about on the channel, I don't know if I'll do that since I already did a review on the entire series of Higurashi. If you haven't checked it out, I'm not even gonna recommend you that video because that video is kind of trash. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna cap. Fuck that. If you want to find it, but I'm not even gonna link that motherfucker. But yeah, I'll check out Higurashi. Next anime we have here is Tonikaku Kawaii. Let's read the synopsis. Having grown up ridiculed for his bizarre name, Nasai Yuzaki strives to be remembered for something more. Fortunately, it seems he's on the right path, ranking first in the nation's mock exam and set to enter his high school of choice. However, everything changes in a single night when he notices a girl across the street on his way home with a fat ass. Enraptured by her overwhelming cuteness, his love at first sight for Nasa. But in his infatuated days, he fails to notice the approaching danger speeding down the road. Don't tell me this nigga. Is this the Isekai? the signs read Isekai. Did this nigga get ran up? All right, let's go. He fails to notice the approaching danger speeding down the road and finds himself at death's door. Barely alive. Okay. He survived. He good. Barely alive. Thanks to the girl's intervention, Nasa musters the courage to confess his love to her, fearing she might otherwise vanish from his life. She accepts his proposal on one condition: marriage, to which Nasa gladly accepts before passing out from his injuries. Upon waking, however, the girl is nowhere to be found. After recovering from his injuries, Nasa tosses his previous ambitions aside and dedicates his life to What? So this nigga was #1 on the mock exams. He had all this drive to prove niggas wrong, or he wanted to be remembered for something great. And then he saw one bitch across the street, got ran over, got saved, and then he was like, all right, fuck all that shit. The chase after this thought, what? I'm gonna read the rest of this, but this ain't getting peeped, bro. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Nasa tosses his previous ambitions aside and dedicates his life to finding the girl that captured his heart, yet several years pass to no avail. But one night, when an unexpected visitor comes knocking on his door, Nasa finds himself facing a woman that will forever change his world, his wife. Yeah, not getting peeped. I don't... What more can I say? Next one we have here is Noblesse, which I know is a webtoon, and webtoons have been missing Tower of God, the God of High School, so I'm not reading the synopsis. If I do check out the series, it's going to be through the webtoon. It's not going to be through the anime. Y'all, I gave y'all 2 chances, and I swear to God, if y'all get an ordinary and y'all fuck that up, a Japanese nigga getting pulled on. Somebody got to get hurt. Like, y'all can't do that to Uru-chan. Don't do that to the fans. Don't do that to me, please. But Noblesse, I'ma fuck with you, dog. All right, I'm gonna start weeding out these anime by the cover because I feel like some of these I'm just not going to watch. So let's see. We got Golden Kamuy, the 3rd season. I still have not finished the 2nd season, but Golden Kamuy is very good, so I need to get up on that. I'm thinking about reading the manga though, because I've heard that they cut out some content in the anime. So as much as I like the anime, because bro, the anime, the first episode had that CGI bear and it looked so fucking crazy. Not crazy as in good. It looked terrible. The CGI was not good. Don't get me wrong, but it was just so funny to me, like how bad it was, and the fact that this nigga was fighting a CGI bear in the dark and won. Nigga. Ooh, that shit had me hyped the first episode. But yeah, I want to check out the 3rd season, but I doubt I'll do it this season. All right, I feel like I will watch Golden Kamuy in its entirety, but it's going to take a while. You know, I'm slow to get up on it. Now let me introduce you to the Yuri genre. Right here we have Adachi to Shimamura. All right, now I don't know anything about this. All I know is it got Yuri, and if it got Yuri, my nigga, I'm in there. I'm in there, absolutely. Let's read the synopsis though. The 2nd floor of the gym. This is where we always met. It was class time, but of course, there weren't any classes going on in a place like this. This was where Shimamura and I became friends. We hung out here, talking about TV shows and cooking, playing some ping pong. This is where we foster our friendship. Hold on, I need a little more than friendship. No. I'm tired of these soft ass years. I need some action, all right? Keeping my head propped against the wall, I let out a small sigh. What was this feeling? Yesterday, I dreamt of me and Shimamura kissing. Oh, okay. Not that I'm like that. I'm sure Shimamura isn't either. It's not even something worth repeating myself about, but really, it's not like that. It's just that when she hears the word friend, I want her to think of me first. That's all. All right, so the synopsis was very vague. Not that I hate synopsis like that, because I don't want you to divulge everything, like the plot of everything, but romance series, obviously. I'm interested to see how everything is going to play out. I'm looking at the characters and everything. It has a really short cast. From the synopsis, they said that they always met in one place and there weren't any classes going on. So I guess that for the most part, it's just going to be focused on these 2 characters, and we're not even going to really have side characters, which, it works for me, whatever. Next is an anime called Akudama Drive, and it's done by Studio Period, which is already a red flag. I do not trust Studio Period. I can't. Okay, I do have to give Studio Period some credit because it did do a lot of different anime that I've watched, but I don't know. It feels like it flops in a lot of regards. Like, I know it is done Yu Yu Hakusho, I believe. It has done Kingdom, I think. It has done Bleach, it has done Naruto, and I know it does Black Clover. Studio Period has some hits in there. I think Naruto is probably its best in terms of just animation, but man, they be missing. But let's see what we got here. Long ago, a war broke out in Japan that pitted Kanto against Kansai and divided the country. Kansai became dependent on Kanto, but slowly, the police and government began losing control of Kansai to criminals known as Akudama. All right, so this is a series focused on, well, they say criminals. I was going to say focused on villains, which would have been interesting. I guess you can kind of call them villains, but they're criminals. And I'm looking at the characters. These motherfuckers don't have names. Literally, one of the characters is a smuggler, murder. These niggas don't. This nigga don't even got a job. Like, okay, like smuggler, like that's something real specific. Murderer is specific as well, but that's your job title. That's your job description. Just murderer, nigga. Like you don't even specialize. Like you ain't no sniper, none of that. Just murderer. So I guess this nigga get it any way how he live. Or is this a girl? Hold up. I do not know if this is a girl or a boy. I will not comment on her looks. I will not fall into that trap. No, I don't know. Murder, do your thing. But the other names you have here is, look, one of them is fucking ordinary person. What the fuck? Brawler, hoodlum, and this nigga looks like a fake ass Joker. What the fuck? I'm gonna put the picture up here, bruh. What is this? Hacker, doctor, black cat, boss, execution, division, the prince. Okay, this nigga actually has a real title. Everybody else is just some vague ass shit. I want to check out the show now. It's so stupid, but I want to check out the show now. I will watch at least the first episode. All right, I don't know if I'll do it a first impressions of it, but I will watch the first episode because it sounds like it's either going to be good or it's going to be so bad but interesting to talk about. So you have piqued my interest. Next, folks, we have a series that I have been anticipating for at least a year. Yes, we have Level Laibu Nijigasaki ga Queen School Idol Dokokai. All right, now I'm very interested in the cast of characters because I just love Love Live and their characters. I've already watched the other two series. I have not watched Sunshine, the second season in its entirety yet, or the movie. I will complete that eventually, but the cast of characters look interesting. I played the mobile game before, so I kind of know some of these characters because this isn't a manga adaptation or a light novel. I don't know how Love Live started. I don't know its origin point. It may have been a mobile game because I know, like I said, I played the gacha game of it. But yeah, besides all that, I'm very excited to see the characters. I want to see Rina. I want to see I want to see Karin. I want to see my girl, Young Sleep, Kanata. I want to see all of them, all right? So I'm not going to read the synopsis. I'm going to watch this anime for sure. And hopefully I'm able to do a first impressions of it, all of that shit, all right? Definitely watching this motherfucker. All right, people, here is an anime we will be watching for the King of Anime podcast. And if you don't know about that podcast, it's a podcast with myself, SeaTactics, and everything animated, where we talk about seasonal anime and we kill off shows based on how we feel that week. All right, if you got a bad episode, you might get killed off and never talked about again. That's the format that we're doing. We also talk about an anime that we watch on our own volition, so it could be a very old anime, it could be kind of recent one, but it's just one that we choose to talk about. With the last podcast, we talked about ping pong the animation, so you know that's how the format is. But yeah, we got this, and it's called Hang On Climbing Girls, and it seems like one of the fetishes, at least from the wallpaper, is armpits. You know, that's a fetish, so I expect this to have a lot of fan service. So, you know, I kind of detracted from the person I was before. I used to be a man of fan service. Things have changed, man. Things have changed, bro. I don't know what happened, but I feel like I can reinvigorate that flame. So I'm going to watch it either way, but I'm talking about talking it on this channel. Maybe I'll do that, but let's read the synopsis. Konomi Kazahara, a junior high school girl. Junior high? The fuck? Wait, so these are middle schoolers? We still going in. Has made a bit name after winning numerous competitive puzzle game tournaments. The story begins when she finds a sports climbing club in her high school. Okay, so we transition to high school. Not to say that that's better. I mean, it is better, but it's still not good. You know, y'all know what I mean, man. Use his special skills other than that of puzzle games. Kazuhara becomes fascinated with climbing. All right, so that synopsis didn't tell us much, but yeah, they gonna be climbing, sports anime, all female cast. All right, you know how we rocking, but yeah, like I said, since we're watching this for the King of Anime podcast, I'm gonna be watching it either way. But we'll see if it interests me enough to talk about on the channel. So that's where we are. Next is this anime, which is an ONA, which means original net animation, or network animation. I think that's it. But it is called Mo Du Ze. Okay. And I think I chose this for King of Anime, the King of Anime podcast as well. I watched the preview of it. It looked good, but I don't even know what it's about. Let's read the synopsis though. Childhood, upbringing, family background, social relations, traumatic experiences. We keep reviewing and seeking out the motives of criminals, exploring the subtlest emotions driving them. It's not to put ourselves in their shoes and sympathize or even forgive them. It's not to find some reasons to exculpate. Okay, their crimes. Is not to kneel down before the so-called complexity of human nature, nor to introspect social conflicts, much less to alienate ourselves into monsters. We just want to have a fair trial for ourselves and for those who still have hope for the world. All right, the synopsis seems a little pretentious, I ain't gonna lie, but it seems very interesting. The genre is mystery and drama, and since it's working with criminals, I'm a person that loves crime shows and things like that, so I'm really interested to see something like this. So I feel like I will check this out, and I think I will talk about it on this channel, but it doesn't really have an air date. It just says October. So the fact that it has no information, it doesn't say any producers, licensors, studios, anything. The source comes from a novel, but that's about it. So the fact that it's damn near October and it still has no news on that's kind of worrisome, but I guess we'll see when we see it. All right, folks, I think that's all the anime I want to check out at this juncture. Let me know some of the anime that you will be watching for the fall season. What do you think will be interesting? What has piqued your interest? And you can suggest some things to me as well. I probably won't check it out because I'm not really good with checking out others' recommendations, especially when I don't really know you, because I feel like you had to know my taste a little bit to recommend me anime I actually will follow through and watch all the way. All right, but shoot your shot, bro. You never know. Shoot your shot. Don't be afraid. But guys, that is pretty much it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe. Satsuki the Savage, I am out.
Tasting your soul, you're not in control, just giving you goals. Scared of your past, the future is closed. The start is the end is a start. They both are the same, can't tell them apart. Nigga, that's cuz the intro was the outro.